I'd like to welcome Michael Beeman to FIBA TV. Michael, so welcome.
Thank
Michael
you very much.
is the founder and chief executive of Selina Finance. So can I ask you, begin by asking, how did Selina Finance come into the UK commercial market? Just a bit of background, how long you've been involved in the market, just really where you've come from.
Yeah, sure, Adam. So we've been involved since last year, since 2018, and the team we have comes from a deep background in finance and lending, in real estate and technology. And what we were seeing was that there was a white space in the UK SME lending market for secured lending.
Yep.
We were seeing that there were players that had really kind of revolutionized the way, or taken a different approach to the way that that unsecured lending was done, guys like Iwoka. And we saw that there was also, nobody had quite done that yet for secured lending. There was not really great options for SMEs to really kind of get that affordable lending that you can really only get with a secured product. So we saw that there was kind of this need that was being unfulfilled, and that's kind of how we got into the market.
So what led you to come to the intermediary market for launch? Why not go direct? You selected the intermediary market, selected it through FIBA, which is great.
Yeah. Our product is something that you can do online just through a complete self-service. But what we also know about this market is that their intermediaries play a critical role in developing trust with the customer.
Very much so.
Something that you just can't replicate, no matter how nice, no matter how smooth your online application and your online customer journey is. This is something that we've realized is absolutely critical to developing the trust with our ultimate customers, with the borrowers. And the intermediaries are they've always been intended to be a big part of our plan, and we're very happy to have the partnership with FIBA and continue to make them a big part of our plan.
Thank you for that, and I agree wholly. I think a customer needs that level of advice where they need to be pointed in the right direction to say, well, you've got equity within your property that could be useful for your business. It could solve an immediate problem. It could be something that you could look at in the future. But for now, this is an opportunity for you to utilise the services of Selina Finance.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a little bit of an educational component to our product. It's not a product that every small business owner necessarily knows is available to them. And this is really why working with intermediaries is so crucial to us, because this does really solve a need for a lot of small business owners, and they don't know it's available. But if they are working with a broker that they trust, a broker that does have a good handle on what the options are for them, that's how we can end up reaching those customers.
So what makes Selina Finance different from everybody else? What makes you stand out?
Yeah, well, one of the things that makes us stand out is, compared to other sources of business financing, is that we do offer secured loans. And by offering secured loans, we can offer rates that an unsecured lender just simply can't match.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really, that's kind of one of the core differentiators between us and other sources of finance. Another thing that makes us stand out is we come from a background not just within lending, but we come from a background within technology.
Yep.
Yeah, and what this means is that we've kind of reimagined the entire process of getting business financing, of getting a business loan, kind of starting from point zero and stripping out all the things that aren't completely necessary in that process. And what you're left with is a very smooth, very fast customer journey that can get you from initial interaction to funding in under a week for a secured loan. And that's something that's much different than a lot of the other options out there for secured funding.
One of the things that attracted me to Selina and the technology side of it was when I first met you and Oliver, was how smooth that process was going to be. And I felt that would bring a difference to the SME lending market without a shadow of a doubt. And in the early days, have you had that sort of feedback from the people you're dealing with, from the broker community or from the customers?
Yeah, absolutely. Over the past couple decades, many industries have kind of fallen to this digital revolution. Different customer journeys have become smoother, have become easier, have become more transparent. One area that's probably lagged a little bit behind is financial services, and within that, secured lending as well. But that doesn't mean that there's not a need, that there's not a demand, that borrowers and that brokers that we're working with don't actually appreciate having this be much smoother and much faster. So we've gotten extremely positive feedback from having it from the process that we've set up.
I mean, the innovation's fantastic. I mean, the positivity is fantastic. So what about the future? What does the future hold for Selina Finance and the market in general?
Yeah, well, kind of building on what I was saying before, we really believe that the borrowers, that the small businesses, and the brokers that serve them are going to just keep increasing their demands. They're going to increase their demands for simple, easy to understand processes. They're going to increase their demands for speed, and they're going to increase their demands for transparency, as well they should. So in line with that, Selina wants to kind of ride this wave as well. We want to be the ones providing this simple, easy to understand, this quick, this transparent process that brokers can work with their borrowers on. And we're going to do that by continuing to invest in technology, by continuing to kind of harness the technological aspects of our backgrounds, and taking advantage of a lot of the really kind of cool, interesting new technologies that are able to really make this process much, much faster, much less paper-based than it has been historically.
Which I think is great, it's fantastic, and I can't wait to start working more and more with you to roll it out to the FIBA membership, to actually bring this to, in line with some of the work, as you know, that I do in Westminster as well. So I think it's a really exciting time. So Michael, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to see you, Adam.
Thank you.